Hey YouTube, what's up? Axel, so I'm here to show you a prototype deck, mostly because I still need to get a couple pieces. Right now this thing, how it is, it works fine, and it is the Blackluster Soldier deck, the new Super Soldier deck. And I don't know, I like the deck, I love the art on these cards, I really do, it is amazing. And, yeah. So, I might as well get started. One of the vanilla ones. I'll get into why I run the vanilla ones. Or why I run one of the vanilla ones later, but yeah. That's what I have. One vanilla one. Three. The, not necessarily new, but new to this format. The new ritual card, Super Soldier. Really good card. I like what they did with it because I used to really like this back in the day. It was just really a normal monster with the beater effect, and I don't know, I liked it. So the fact that they did something new with this was really cool. I actually got this ultra rare one from my friend Ernesto. Really cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm kind of sick. But anyways, basically when this one attacks a monster, and let's say it's stronger than it, you get the damage dealt from there, and then you get the damage dealt of the original monster's attack. So what I'm thinking is, if the monster's at 15, you attack this, he takes the 15 from damage, and then he takes the original. So whenever you destroy with this, your opponent will most likely always take 3,000 to the life points. I was gonna say to the face, but yeah, it's really good. You need that at 3 because that's what the main deck runs around. Next you run, of course, one Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. Really good. If it was that more, it'd be broken. I'd figure a lot of people will be using this deck more, but really good. One. Next I'm running two of the new, other new Blackluster Soldier. Blackluster Soldier Sacred Soldier. This one's really good because of like things you can do with it. If it's normal or special summon, you can target one of your banished lighter monsters, one lighter banished monsters you control, and one monster your opponents control. You return that banished monster to the graveyard, and you banish your opponent's card. So, pretty cool, because it's not restricted to, what's it called? It's not restricted to monsters, and you get to banish whatever you want from your opponent. So I think that's a really cool concept. So like, say it's summoned and you banish something that could like kill you, like a Mirror Force or like a monster that will affect you later, and it's really good. So like two, I would love a third one, but I can't get a hold of myself. I can't get a hold of one at the moment, so really saddening. Next is two Gaia, the Fierce Knight, charging Gaia, the Fierce Knight. My bad. Really good. When this is tributed. When this card is, first off, the thing that's good, you can normal summon it, but it loses like 400 attack, so it becomes a 19 hitter, which is not bad whatsoever. The fact that you can have this on the field is really good. You can have this at the field at such a high level is really good. And when it's tributed, if this card is tributed, you can add one Blackluster Soldier monster from your deck to hand. So that'll get you to your Sacred Soldiers, your Ritual Monsters, and the Envoy of, yeah, well, your Envoy one. So, really good. I would love to get a third one because of what I want to do with the deck eventually later on. So it's really good. Next is two of the new Gaia. Arisen Gaia, the Fierce Knight. As you can tell, this is the light one, this is the dark one, so it works well for the other BLS. Basically, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you normal summon this without tributing. So that's what's really good about this one too. And if it's tributed, you can special summon Blackluster Soldier monster from your hand or graveyard. So it's really good. And that'll get you into your Sacred Soldier. It could summon your ritual monsters again. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Next off is one of, by far, the arts I love the most. Triple Beginning Night. And this is a test because I don't know which ones I want to run more. I like the art of the little ones. I love the effects, but I also love the effects of the Gaias. So like, those really like. It depends on what you want to run, but I really like both, so that's why I tried putting both of them in. So, pretty good. Beginning Night is the light one of the smaller ones. I have the other ones next, but I run triple these because I like this one's effect more. Basically, you can target one monster your opponent controls and banish it when you use it to ritual summon with a BLS. That's why I love running the vanilla one, because you can actually give it effects with the little ones, and it's really good. Or like, if pretty much what you can do if you have this one, which is why I run it at 3, is if the BLS monster attacks, you can use this one's effect to make it attack again. So either way, I suggest your opponent would take 6,000 to the face, depending or not. If it's the monster's in defense mode, he'll still take the damage either way, and then he'll be able to attack again, and it's really good. So this is the thing, if your monster is attacking a face-up attack mission monster, one, it will take 3,000, evidently. And if your opponent does not have another monster on the field, he will take another 3,000. If not, he will attack a defense position monster, and that monster will get destroyed, and your opponent will take the attack of that one. Alright, next I run 2 of the other one, the Evening Twilight Night. Again, one of my favorite arts, but honestly my favorite art is the Beginning Night. But this one's basically, you can target one monster your opponent controls, banish it. You can target one random card in your opponent's hand, face down, or you can banish one. Yeah, I was saying it right. What the fuck? You can banish one random card in your opponent's hand, face down to the end phase. This is good about, like, I guess this is good for hand traps and junk. I mean, what's out there right now? Gores. Effect Veiler. What else? Well, I mean, it's good for hand traps. So that's only run 2. It's alright. The fact that you can banish something is good too, so you run 2 of it. But like, I don't necessarily see myself using any of its other effects. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, it can also screw over opponents if you banish one of their vital cards in their hands. So it's alright. I run it at 2 because yeah. Next, your Searchers of the Team, or for the ritual monsters, triple Manju, kind of standard for any ritual deck. It'll get you to your ritual spells and ritual monsters. And then triple the Djinn of Rituals. This one's really good because it works with the Gaias and makes so your ritual monsters unaffected by trap cards, and those are kind of your opponent's out to anything right now, with like Storming Mirror Force and all that junk, Torrential Tribute and junk. Pretty much to save your 3,000 beater on the field. That's it for the monsters. I believe it's 22. Including the rituals is 22. Should be. I'll count it up later. Next you run triple of the new ritual spell, Super Soldier Ritual. Really good because you can get out your monster once hand, but while it's in the graveyard, you can banish this, 1 light and 1 dark monster special, 1 BLS from your hand, which is really good because then it's not constricting anything after you summon another one from the graveyard, which is really good. And that works with the little ones. Little ones get their effects when you when they get banished, so it's really good. And like, it also works with this. You can also banish this and make your ritual monster unaffected either. So when this card is in the graveyard, you don't necessarily have to worry about reaching that exact 8. You get what I mean? That's really good. Well, actually, I'm gonna put those right here. Move that up. Move that up. Next, it's triple of the field spell. Gateway to Chaos, pretty good. When it's activated, you add 1 Blackluster Ritual Monster or 1 Gaia the Fierce Night Monster from your deck to hand, which is good. And basically, when monsters are sent to the graveyard by anything, it gains a counter. Max 6, you can remove 3 counters to add 1 ritual spell. I was considering running 2 and 1 terraforming, but these get in good situations, and only having 2 was really bad, and honestly the terraforming ended up being a dead draw. And then once the 2 are gone, you have nothing else. And this one basically helps you get to your key pieces, so I just put it at 3 and took out the terraforming. Next, you're running, 2 trade-ins. Basically, the little draw party you got, you have about, well, in this deck I have about 8 targets for it. Unless you don't want to throw away the other BLSs, so it would be like 3 or 4 targets for it. So just 2 is fine. 3 got cloggy, and like, I find myself not wanting to discard the ritual monsters, even though later on I would be able to get them back into hand. Or a special amount on the field, but yeah, it's pretty good, pretty fine. Pretty fine. That's really good. 2 MSTs, standard. 1 Twin Twister. Only at 1. I mean, I could get more. I have to go to my friends and see if I can buy them off, but 1 is fine. You kind of want, sometimes you want things discarded, and sometimes, I don't know. It's alright at 1. If I get more, I will opt them out for the MSTs, because in this deck, you don't really want anything in hand. Having stuff in hand is really good, or it's not really good, but it's fine. But also having it in the graveyard is pretty fine too, so I'll up that up to 3 once I get them. Which is why I'm saying this is a test deck, so it's like nothing's really done. Next, the 1-ofs, 1 Rhoda, 1 Reinforcement of the Arty, just to get to the smaller ones. 1 Foolish, if you want to dump something to do a play, it's really good. 1 Burial. I know you can add stuff back by themselves, but this can add another, this can make stuff, combos more easier to do, and it's alright. Then the trap cards are, well, first let me move this. Then the trap cards are basically all 1-ups, and I'm not running their trap card because I find myself not using it. So 1 Torrential, standard, blow up the field. 1 Solemn, standard for pendulums. 1 Bottomless, standard again for pendulums and anything else, and then 1 Skill Drain, because I know you're seeing all the monsters, they rely on their effects, but if you summon the ritual monsters with the Djinn, I forget its name. Let me see. If you use this one, your ritual monsters will have their effects because they are unaffected by the skill drain. So yeah, and you basically want to get out your ritual monsters. So having that 1 skill drain in there to screw over your opponents and most likely not having it screw you over is pretty good on, well, if I have to say so. So that's interesting. Next I'm going to show up what I have for an idea. But first let me put this in order really quickly. Cause like, this way of running the deck is alright with me. I kind of like it. But I will end up making, in the future, God, I cannot speak. Making 2 variations of the deck. I have 1 more Arisen, the Gaia Fierce Knight. I want the other one because I would want to run it centered around the Gaia's effects. I would take out the skill drain, put in the other one in junk, and then I have triple legendary Manju Garset. This one's basically to trigger the Gaia's effects, because they don't necessarily have to be tributed for a ritual spell, they just have to be tributed. So it could trigger that effect. So, and it's also another trade-in target, so here's the 3rd trade-in. So that's interesting. I saw it on YouTube, and it's actually pretty interesting. And I kind of want to make a mashup of how to do it. But yeah, that's if I were to run it that way. And like next up is like the 1 MST and 2 of their trap cards, Super Solar Shield. But honestly, right now I'm liking how this is ran, and if anything, I probably would not add the Manjus, and I'd probably just go the Gaias and the little Knights too, because they work pretty good and they give your monsters effect, and it's really good. Because if you give them effect, it's basically you can banish something, and they can still attack, and you still damage to your opponent, so it becomes really powerful. They're just really hard to get out, but I feel like this is alright. I feel like I could add something more for consistency, but this is alright with me. I could probably add an Armageddon Knight somewhere in here for consistency, but this is fine with me. So yeah, and like, I don't really have an extra deck because I don't really use an extra deck for this deck, but like, just because I have them on the side. I have a gimmick, number 15 gimmick puppet, giant grinder, and a big eye. Big eye is if I had the other Gaias, and it would be really easy to summon and just take my opponent's monsters and fuck them over. And gimmick for all the level 8s I have on the team. And if I add the other Sacred Soldier, basically target one special summon monster, and it's like, it could be nice burn damage. So I would get another one of these. But like, I wouldn't really have an extra deck, because I try to make it so the deck is good itself, not having to rely on an extra deck. So these are just for help. But yeah. Anyways, at the end of the video, laters guys. Have yourselves a good day. Please keep it cool. See ya.